Hey everybody, it is Thursday, February 27th. This is another episode, or welcome to another episode of Simply Nails Tiny Studio. I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. I'm having a pretty decent Thursday. I feel like there's some weather changes happening here in the greater Tampa Bay area. And let me fix these curtains a little bit. And I'm sitting in a tiny studio and I'm feeling a little, I guess it's the Alexa, what's the temperature? Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 56 degrees.
Yeah, so I could tell that the temperature is dropping. So whenever the temperature drops a little bit, I can, I feel it in my, as far as my asthma is concerned, I can feel it. But anyhow, other than that, as we already know, one obstacle does not stop the show, does it? No, it does not. So thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the tiny studio. I'd like to thank my sustainable members for their patronage. Thank you so much. These are my sustainable members get to have exclusive content with Nail over in the Tiny Studio Lounge. Members only. So if you want to be a part of the Members Only Lounge, become a sustainable member. We're running a special this month for the month of February. Happy Black History Month. Tomorrow will be the last day that I'll be running the Sustainable Member Special for $1.99. Please look in the description box for more details. What is going on with you guys? We are on the eve of a national economic blackout. Whew, I'm so excited. Are you excited? I am very much so excited about this. I am excited about making my voice heard, and I'm not out in the streets because I'm part of the 92%. So I'm not out here protesting, no, but I am resisting. I am resisting. And resistance is just as much part of the movement and just as much part of gathering Black America together as it is being out in the streets protesting. In fact, resistance can be more powerful in many ways than being out in the street protesting, because sometimes resistance can be silent, and silent resistance is, very, very powerful. Today I am drinking some hyssop tea, and I also have included a teaspoon of delicious, no, this does not look like hyssop tea, but it is. I keep thinking this is the Octavia Butler tea that I get from Dr. Sunyata Amin, and her she has a online boutique, and I'm trying to think of what it's called. Calabash teas, and I have a series of teas from her, and one of those is the Octavia Butler inspired tea. And I thought this is what it was because the color is purple, and I don't know if you can see it, the Octavia Butler tea from Dr. Sunyata Amin, that tea turns purple as well. Well, actually it turns like a bluish. It's purple and a little bluish as well. But I'm drinking, from what it tastes like, I'm drinking the hyssop tea, and I have some fire cider as well, so I can taste the spiciness of it. But anyhow, right now my family is preparing for the economic blackout scheduled for tomorrow, February 28th. It's just a 1-day movement. So that means do not stop anywhere to get gas. Do not stop at your corner store to get some milk. or eggs. Do not shop at Target, Walmart, Home Goods, or any stores that you know of that does not support DEIA programs. And there will be no online shopping. So my family is on board. And my husband told me, he went to get my oil change yesterday because, Charmaine, which is my truck, she needed an oil change and she needed gas. So my husband did that yesterday. He said today at lunchtime, he went to get the oil changed in his vehicle. He went to fill up on gas, and then he's going to pick up some items that we're going to have for dinner for today and tomorrow. So we're going to be doing a taco Thursday, Friday, because the African stew that I made Sunday, we finished that up yesterday. So we're going to be having tacos or some variation of a taco mixture, which will probably be ground beef, maybe a ground chicken, some cheese, some that salsa stuff I like. I think it's called pico. We have some of that. And I made a delicious coffee cake yesterday. And it's not a traditional coffee cake. I should say I made it last night. But it has carrots, pecans, and bananas in it. So we may have a slice of that for dessert with our dinner. And I got some Publix lemonade. Now I picked up my items from Publix, even though Publix doesn't have any DEI programs. Publix has always been kind of diverse, even though they don't support diversity. They're sort of diverse. They don't say that they support diversity, but Publix has always been a diverse type of place, even though they are strong Republicans in this state of Florida. But my problem has been, and I live in Florida, and my problem is I live in the suburbs of Tampa. So out here, I'm not close to food and vegetable markets or stands. And so surrounding my home, I have 2 Walmarts, 2 Publix, 1 Winn-Dixie, an Aldi, a Target. Yeah, that's it right there for me. So the hard part is going to be, for me, I'm going to have to make that sacrifice. I'm a Target person. I love Target, and I'm just going to have to make the sacrifice. There's some things that I needed to pick up from Target that I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to have to find another place to be able to get those items. Also, like, as far as Aldi is a really great alternative to shopping at Publix, because Publix's mantra is shopping at Publix is a pleasure, and indeed it is. Publix reminds me of what Kroger was when I lived in Detroit, Michigan. It was Kroger, and then there was called Kroger Premier. And Kroger Premier had all of the international foods as well as the specialty foods, the haughty-taughty foods in their store. So I love shopping at Kroger Premier. Kroger Premier used to be on Kercheval Avenue in Grosse Pointe Farms. So I lived maybe on the other side of Grosse Pointe. Detroit was kind of funky like that. You have Mack Avenue, and on one side of Mack is Grosse Pointe, the other side of Mack is Detroit. All the houses look the same. The homes are very, very beautiful. However, one side is Detroit and the other side is Grosse Pointe. So we could actually walk to Kroger Premier or walk over to Kercheval to head to that downtown area or downtown Grosse Pointe and shop. And Kroger Premier was just, my favorite grocery store because they had everything that I liked. Everything was always fresh, beautiful, fully stocked, and things that I never thought or desired before, I could experience them and try them out and then add them to my grocery list for next time. So I love Kroger Premier. When I moved down here, friends told me that Publix was to go to Premier type of grocery store. So that's where I started to shop. And it is a lot of Floridians shop at Publix because it's just, the store to shop. But it's expensive, okay? Publix is expensive. But now they're running these buy one get one. So I've been shopping at Publix every week, and I've been shopping their buy one get one deals, and so that's working for us. So as opposed to running over to Target or over to Walmart to pick some items up for dinner, to my surprise, Publix had a buy one get one on certain items, and I was able to shop for today and tomorrow, and we don't have to worry about spending money on the economic blackout for tomorrow, for Friday, February 28th, the last day of Black History Month. Also, I want to point out that so today, as we prepare for the economic blackout tomorrow, try to do the things that my husband is doing. Try to pick up things, you have to prepare for it. Like anything, you have to prepare for it. I think a lot of people are feeling some kind of way about blackouts and boycotts because they feel it's going to be inconvenient. However, what you have to do is prepare for it. And so that's what we did today, is preparing for tomorrow for the blackout. You have to prepare. You really, really do. You have to prepare. And actually, in this climate that we're living in as a country, after we realized that 34-time convicted felon, Donald J. Trump when we learned that he was going to be residing in the White House, that is when everyone really should have been preparing. Because when things happen, you want to be in a position where if you need to pivot, you can pivot. And I think a lot of us, we have become complacent, we have become comfortable. And so when things like this, things like, community says, well, we're going to do an economic blackout, we're going to do have a boycott, then a lot of us get flustered and say, well, I need to go to the store because I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. And you know what? It's something that Rick says over at the Black Acres of the Gambia. I watched this African-American couple. They are from Chicago by way of Tennessee, or Tennessee by way of Chicago. They moved over to the Gambia in West Africa about 8 years ago. And so they have their own YouTube channel called the Black Acres of the Gambia. I'm going to leave the link there. And it's one thing that Rick says all the time about living in America, is that we are living in an illusion. He calls America the illusion. Why is it the illusion? The illusion is that we believe that we're living our best lives in the United States. That's an illusion. No, you're not. You are not living your best life. If we have to come up with strategies to make sure that our voices are heard and are respected in 2025 here in the United States, if we have to do that, believing and stressing about whether or not a boycott is viable in the 21st century shows me, and should show you as well, that we've been living in an illusion. Okay, America is an illusion. Okay, it is not what it represents itself to be. Yes, you enjoy certain things that you take for granted, that I take for granted every day. Like I can get up in a tiny studio and go to my bathroom, okay, and I can turn on the water and get hot water, turn it off, turn on the other spigot and get cold water, right? turn it off. I can have electricity just by flicking the switch. Okay. I have a fan. I have central heating. I have a small heater. I have different conveniences of life in my home. I have a great room. I have a dining room. I have a kitchen. I have all the things, and so do you, that give you the comfort and the feeling of stability and security. However, we are living in an illusion, which means that at any given time, those things can be taken away from us. At any given time, those things can be taken from us. And if we allow ourselves to continue to be lulled into a false state of security, when the illusion or the veil of the illusion is raised or lifted from our faces, then we become naysayers, the same naysayers out and about today who are going online and, commenting that an economic boycott is not the way, or that it's too difficult to not shop physically or online for 24 hours. That's because those who say that's because they are living in an illusion, and they are happy to live in this illusion. Or what is the perfect example that maybe many of you can ascribe to? The Matrix, the movie. You want to continue to be plugged into the system. And being plugged into the system allows you to continue to operate on a certain level that gives you a certain measure of comfort. And anything that disrupts that comfort, you fight against. That's why a lot of people, Black Americans, are saying, well, we don't need to have a boycott. We don't need to do this economic blackout for 24 hours. And all we're saying is that this is a 24-hour thing. We're not saying that this is a 30-day situation. Now, Pastor Jamal Bryant, he is suggesting that on March the 5th, that we begin a Target blackout. Okay, so no one shops at Target, either physically or online, for 40 days. He calls it the Target fast. So that's going to be happening from March the 5th to April 17th. All right. Now, I'm already on a Target fast or blackout, and I haven't shopped at Target since the middle of January. Whatever time I found out about, Target getting rid of their DEIA program, I just stopped shopping at Target, period. Now, I like Pastor Jamal's idea of doing a Target fast because he's giving people the opportunity and the time to do whatever it is that is necessary for them to do, so that between March the 5th and April 17th, you don't have to shop at Target. You can shop somewhere else. And see, this is the whole thing about the boycott thing. I think in another video I talked about with my girl Tabitha Brown, and there was lots of calls for let's boycott, let's do this, but they were not organized. Okay, they were not organized plans to do this. Some of these boycotting ideas did not give the business people or the people who had contracts with Target enough time to pivot, and it really didn't give the consumer, the Black consumer, time to pivot, to figure out, okay, how am I going to navigate this? And that's why you have to have a plan when you're trying to make a statement, an organized statement. So Pastor Jamal Bryant's Target fast starts on March the 5th and lasts for 40 days, and it'll be between March the 5th and April 17th, 2025. So keep that on your calendar. Keep that on your calendar. Tomorrow, do everything you can today, if possible, to make sure that you have everything you need. Okay, toilet paper, toothpaste, what else? Like me, we made sure we have dinner for the next few days. We're good with that. Just make sure, get your gas, water, whatever it is that you need to do, get that done today while you still have time, so you can support the economic blackout for 24 hours. We can, as Black Americans, keep our money in our wallet for 24 hours, for one day. We can do it. We can. I know we can. We can most definitely do it. And why not? Because it's for our better good. And I was going to get into some history thing about segregation and the power of the black dollar. I was going to get into that, and I thought about it. But our dollar, our money, Black people in America, we spend a lot of money in the illusion. We spend a lot of money here. We do. Our money makes America go round. It really does. I mean, let's just think about it for like 2 seconds. Okay, 2 minutes. I can do this in less than 2 minutes. You ever thought about why white people back in the day targeted such Black communities as Black Wall Street over in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or Rosewood, or other Black communities here in the United States between the late 19th century and the early 20th centuries? Have you ever wondered why white people, white supremacy, attacked Black communities and Black towns? It wasn't just for the fact that they were just with murderous intent of destroying Black people and Black bodies, but it was also targeted to shut down Black commerce, to shut down Black economics. Okay, so when Black people were forced in a situation to shop among themselves, Black people became prosperous. Okay, the Black shoemaker or shoe repair guy became prosperous because everyone in the community had to go to him to get their shoes repaired. The Black grocery stores, they prospered because everyone within the Black community went to the Black grocer or the butcher, Black butcher, the vegetable guy, the milk guy. Everybody was Black. Everybody prospered. All the dollars was kept within the community, and it stayed there, and that's how the community flourished. Okay, if residents had to shop at a neighboring white store, why would you? Because when you shopped at the white neighborhood grocery store, you were treated like shit. Okay, you were treated lesser and lower than a dog. Why would you want to continue to shop over at, Jim Bob's grocery store over there on the corner when you could shop over at Ray J's? That name just occurred to me. You can shop over at Ray J's grocery and be treated like a prince, a king, or a queen because your dollar was respected. And so we began to prosper. And so white people noticed that they weren't getting our money anymore, and they really wanted our money. So they came up with plans, systematic plans to steal and to pillage and to burn down our shops and cities and towns so that we wouldn't exist anymore economically. And then we were forced into a situation where we had to go over to Jim Bob's grocery store and buy milk and whatever and be treated like shit. And so what happened with integration, white America and predominantly white Wall Street realized, well, we need the money that Black people generate in commerce. We need that money because that's going to help us secure an economic windfall. So okay, we're going to end segregation and discrimination situations in the marketplace so that we could get these black dollars. But underneath all of that, behind the scenes, we're still going to be working to prop up white supremacy and to keep these people down. And so we as Black Americans have been lulled into the illusion that everything is okay when everything is not okay and hasn't been okay. I know, even though I live in a neighborhood that is predominantly white, I live in white suburbia land. Even I have succumbed to the illusion of thinking that I can get into my fancy vehicle, okay, and drive on down to Target and shop around, and that I'm just like everybody else. But as I experienced the other day at Joann's, I'm not everybody else, because I still get stares. I still get those unwanted stares of that telegraph to me, you are not wanted here. We don't like you. You know, so this is what it's like to live in the illusion. Now, until we can get into a situation where maybe we can decide that, we can move out of the illusion, we can live abroad, make a life somewhere else. And if that's not possible, we can continue to live in illusion. We're going to have to learn to do so without having the blinders of the illusion on our faces or on our eyes. So you have to prepare now. If you have not already prepared for the Trump administration, for the Trump presidency, I advise you to do so now. Because when you start hearing from the community that we're going to come up with a strategy to resist, then you need to have the items in your household so that you can be able to resist. Start a savings account. Not only that, start filling your pantry up with the necessary items that, hey, tomorrow's the economic blackout. Do I have toilet paper on hand? Do I have tuna fish on hand? Or do I have juice? Do I have things on hand that I could be able to use because we're not shopping tomorrow? Have you start or think about starting an apothecary? What's an apothecary? It's just a medicine chest. It's just a medicine cabinet. No, when I say a medicine cabinet, I'm not talking about having a medicine cabinet full of NyQuil, Alka-Seltzer Plus, cold medicine, and Theraflu. I'm talking about having an apothecary full of the vegetables and the herbs and the things that you need to keep yourself healthy and well, that will not cost you an arm and a leg, and that's beneficial for you, and it's not synthetically or chemically put together with synthetic chemicals. Like I'm drinking hyssop tea right now, which is good for blood pressure. It's good for cleaning your liver, your kidneys, okay, your heart, blood. And then I have the fire cider inside of it, which has immune boosting properties. Okay, the peppers inside of the fire cider is really good for opening up the blood vessels to allow oxygen to flow freely. All of those things we have to really seriously think about, because if we are going to continue to live inside of the illusion, we need to live in the illusion with our eyes open. We have to what? Stay woke. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the tiny studio today. Happy Black History Month. Do not forget that the Black History for this week, a book that you should have on your shelves, where is it? I put it away, is Ida B. Wells, A Sword Among Lions by Paula J. Gidding. It is a definitive work on the life and times of Ida B. Wells Barnett, who was one of the founders of the NAACP. She was a newspaper publisher, editor-in-chief, and most importantly, she was an activist. She lived inside the illusion, but she was woke. And she resisted in many ways. What a remarkable woman and blueprint that we can use today. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already subscribed to the channel. And hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, because that lets the YouTube algorithm know that there are Tiny Studio guests who enjoy watching the antics of Nail here in the Tiny Studio. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. And for my sustainable members, I'll see you over in the lounge very shortly. Bye-bye.